It's inspiring moments with Kaylin. It's inspiring moments with Kaylin. Come on in. Hello everybody, I'm back in the old location outside because it does not get dark. And as you know from last times, it is loud out here, so if you hear distractions, you're probably gonna hear crickets, you're gonna hear music, but I'm out here today and I have a guest with me, special guest. I didn't put on the flyer, but I have a special guest today and I am so excited because I have known this person known me my whole life. They're famous for other things, for acting and all that stuff. So the person that I have on is Mr. Terrance Booker, and he is here with me to do everything for inspiring moments. And this is me, so yay! He's on, he's here. But yeah, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Terrance Booker. I've been knowing Kaylin all my life, all her life. I'm her youth director at the church at Life Changers, Church of God in Christ, and she's my youth president, so we work together all the time. And she's amazing. I'm so proud of her and her inspiring moments that she does. So I came on today just for some support and to be here with my girl.
Yeah, cool. So today, if you have seen on the thing, well, first, before I get started, thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the Kaylin's Caring Connection YouTube channel, and to everyone who follows the Facebook page. I'm so happy that you have been here along this whole journey with me, and we are starting school tomorrow. So for all the teachers and stuff, good luck. All the children, good luck. I'm so excited. So that is the whole gist of today, is back to school tips for students, parents, teachers, and more. I did one last week, but to have a guest who actually is a teacher and has been working with kids for a long time, it helps to have some other thoughts and opinions on different things. So yeah, as far as it comes with school work and stuff, how do your children how do you teach in a good manner where they listen to you?
Well, I am a teacher, para-pro at W.T. Moore Elementary School, and I work real close with my teacher. I'm in the pre-K room, and we all work together with the main teacher there in that classroom, trying to make sure they're paying attention, and most of all, they're just having fun and they're learning. We want to make that environment where they're learning and having fun at the same time.
It's cool. Yeah, at my school, there's a lot of different breakdowns, because I know at some schools they have like private public, which is where they don't have to wear uniforms, but they go by the private school curriculum. Then you have the private schools and the public schools, but it can be a change for a lot of people going to a new school, and I get it if you're going to a new school because it may be hard. You have to get adjusted to teachers and new people. But for those going to new school, you'll be fine. Good luck tomorrow. I hope you do
don't be
a
scared.
great job. Yeah, don't be scared. Go in with confidence, because if you go in scared, your teachers are that's gonna be the first impression you show your teachers.
Right.
That you're scared and you aren't ready. But if you go in there with confidence, they're gonna be like, wow, this is gonna be a good year. This student is very motivated and dedicated to the class. So yeah, I'm going to high school this year, and I'm nervous. I'm ready. I'm ready, and
it's
I know.
It's a new journey.
Yep, I know as other high
journey.
schoolers, they say you got different classes. GPA seriously matters. I've heard that from a lot of people. And for those high schoolers, maintain your grades this year.
Maintain.
If you're doing sports, if you're doing anything, don't just play the sport and not get home and do your homework, because then that's how you get Fs. And that's how your GPA can go from like 4.0 down to like 2.0.
But one thing I was taught, and I always tell all my young people, you start off with an A.
Yeah.
You start off with an A. Everybody has the best GPA right now, so don't mess it up. All you gotta do is just maintain it.
And as far as when you go to school, when you're doing your work, so I know some teachers, you may walk in there and then you're like, oh gosh, it's going to be a boring teacher this year. Don't go on with that mindset. If they're boring, make the class not boring. Do something that allows you to stay focused, because if you go on saying it's boring, you're not going to pay attention to what the teacher's saying, and you're going to be all over the place.
Absolutely.
I know that probably, I think 7th grade happened for me. I mean, I did well in the class, not as good as I could have. but the teacher was boring, and it was different. It was a weird class.
One thing you got to do when you have those kind of boring teachers, you got to make that class your own. You have to take that book home and read it even more, or get with some of your friends, your classmates in that class, and you guys talk to each other, discuss the class with each other, and you can turn that whole thing around, that whole atmosphere around. Maybe y'all might spunk the teacher to want to do better. If you coming in the classroom asking questions about the subjects or the thing that y'all learned yesterday, and you come back into the classroom talking about it, it'll make that teacher want to study a little harder and prepare fun things for you guys. Get involved in your classroom.
Yep. But as a teacher, how hard is it for you sometimes when kids are like being bad and disrespectful, and how do you like control your anger and make sure you stay?
For me, well, I can handle anything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really. One thing with teachers, we have a high. Well, I know I have a high tolerance level. So I can handle a lot of things, and I always pray the beginning of the day, and I set my standards, how I want my classroom to be with the teacher. We set the tone for our room, how we want it to be. We make sure it's a positive environment. So even though the kids, because I deal with babies, guys, so they might come in, I want my mommy. We immediately step in and change that mood. We got a happy face, hey, come on. Today we're going to have so much fun. We always greet the kids with a smile and good morning, making sure they're important. And so it kind of turns that whole thing around, because we're positive. And so that makes them become positive as well.
So yeah, for teachers, don't go into the mindset. I know a lot of teachers, and just as a student viewing teachers, I can tell because I get personal with my teachers. I make sure I talk to them and stuff. Mm-hmm. So just as a student viewing them, if you are a student and you're close with your teacher, be the person that actually makes them smile. Because if they have good intentions for you and all you do is act up in their class, they're going to tell that to your other teachers when you get older, and it's not going to be good because they're going to be like, oh, here comes trouble, and that's all they're going to expect from you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you try to turn it around, and it's not going to work because they're still going to believe that you are this big person and bad person that you were.
Absolutely. And sometimes students out there, sometimes it's good to just come in and just say good morning to your teacher. You never know what they're dealing with. That good morning might change their whole attitude. They might put those quizzes up. They might put those tests away and do something else. So you can set the tone and help the teacher also by saying good morning, how you doing? How was your weekend? Those things work.
I always walk into the classroom because most of my teachers last year were fun, so I was like always walking in. And I know my one teacher named Mr. WC in our class, if we always seemed down or if we walked in, because we had him first period, you get to school in the morning, you're tired, you're not fully awake. So if we weren't awake, he used to sing a song to us to wake us up, and it was so embarrassing. But it actually helped. I don't know how many. It helped me because I used to be tired and sleepy. So if you are a teacher, do that for your kids. If you know that you're cool with them and they think you're like the coolest teacher ever, do something to make them smile. And students, don't sit in the class looking mean and bored. Try to be interested. And if you are like me, I doodle in class, but I still listen. My hand's always moving because I have to do something or write on something to be able to focus in class. So if you can manage to doodle and not get distracted by your drawings and still listen, that could be an alternative for you.
Absolutely.
Use that time to listen, but you're still having fun. Don't make all the classes super strict and boring. Have fun this year.
Absolutely.
For those who stay in, I know you like reading, you like doing assignments. Do something this year. Try out for a sport. Try out for a club. Do something different.
Get involved.
Yeah. Especially for the parents. I know my mother, she's very involved. I know a lot of people who parents are very involved in their children's lives. And even if you aren't, try to get involved with your children's lives. Because I just was talking with some of the younger people at my school, or just some of the older ones, or people my age. They have a lot to say, and sometimes they don't say it in front of their parents because their parents won't listen to them.
Right.
And it's like their parents are always saying something back, or they think they did something wrong. Take time to listen to your kids and just what they have to say, because a lot of them sometimes have a lot of feelings inside that they don't figure out, and that's how people start thinking about committing suicide and doing all those type of crazy things because the anger and their emotions have just built up and they haven't had time to release that and just talk to someone about it.
Absolutely. You wanna find somebody that you can talk to, a mentor, teacher, your parents, someone. You gotta get those feelings out, because I always tell kids it can be almost like a teapot when you it's boiling water on the stove, and at a certain time when the temperature is real hot, all you hear is this woo, this loud noise. That's because that pressure done build up, and sometimes as kids and adults we hold so much stuff in, but we need to get those things out.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not good for your mental health or your own spiritual health and your physical health. It's not good.
Sometimes, and also some people be like, if I have to go to a therapist, that makes me feel sick or something. Going to the therapist does not mean that there's anything mentally wrong with you unless there actually is. Now, I can't do anything about that. But if there isn't, it's fine to go to therapy, talk to someone, even if it's just your guidance counselor. Because legally, by law, they're not allowed to tell your parents anything you say unless it's danger to you or anything. So get help. Go talk to somebody. Don't let all your emotions build up. Now, another thing, friendships.
Oh, yeah.
That goes a long way.
Absolutely.
And just being in 9th grade, I have learned you cannot hang out with everybody. And not everybody is going to hang out with you or stay your friend or stay that person for you. Some people are going to not like you. Some people are going to hate on you for no reason. Some people are just going to be like that. And you have to drop those type of people. Because if you know they're bringing negative energy and you're in a place and they're trying to get you to do something you have no business to, I know for those who know they're not supposed to be doing things that they do, they get that little conscience in them that's like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Mm-hmm. But then you get peer pressure trying to get you to do it, and it's like, should I not? Go with the better option and not do that, because that's how you get your phone taken away. That's how all that stuff you have, especially if you're in sports. I know you want to keep playing your sport.
Okay.
Please do not just sacrifice everything you worked for just to go do something that you've never done before.
Mm-hmm. I tell them all the time when we together at the church and we on fellowships, check your friends. It's okay. You need to know who's among you or really have your back. It's okay to plow and do some plucking up, changing some friends. It's okay. Everybody do not deserve you, and you don't deserve to be around a lot of people. You got to know your self-worth, your value. You worth more than that. You don't have to accept everything. And if people don't want to be your friend, that's fine. They saving you favor. They saving you some time. They saving you. You don't have to waste energy. Stop wasting energy. Don't waste energy on people that do not deserve your time and your energy this year. Get people that's gonna make you better. And
get accountability
partner that want to make you do better when it comes to schoolwork, or if you in the band, or playing basketball, football, or you say you wanted those A's and B's. You need to have friends that's gonna push you to that next level.
Yeah.
Everybody your friendships, it should be different levels. Everybody should not be on the same level and you calling them your friend. You gotta check that. That's not good and that's not healthy. You wanna have a good balance. You should be pulling some of your friends and some of your friends should be pulling you.
Yeah, and sometimes I know when it comes to friend groups, you think I have to hang out because I don't know why, but some people get in their brains that it's a racial thing and you have to hang out with your same race. Get friends of all types. Not everybody is mean. I know there's a lot of hate going in the world, but that's just the people you see now. Absolutely. They can't help it. There are actually nice people out there. And those people are actually the ones who may stick up for you rather than the people that are your own kind. 'Cause trust me, I have friends of all ages, races, ranges, and it's not always about being there with those people that you think are going to be there for you no matter what, that are your brothers and sisters by race or by age or by anything. People betray you no matter what.
Right.
And if you have people that are like that, get people, if you're taking honors classes and you have some general classes, get some friends that are in your honors classes. Don't just hang out with your normal people. I know that when it comes to things, I tell my friends when it comes to class, I talk with you then, and then when we get in class, I don't talk because I get distracted myself because I like talking a lot, and I can distract myself easily by just talking to somebody.
That's one thing I had to learn in school as well, Kaylin. You know, when it comes to friendships in the classroom, I knew I could be talking, making everybody laugh, we having a good time, and I look up, everybody finished their work, and I still got work to do. I said, I got to change this thing. You got to learn how you work and how you operate. So what I would do, I would separate myself from my friends.
Yeah.
And then when I got done with all my work, everything, then I would come and then we'll have us a good time in the classroom.
Yeah, and that generally works. When you're in a class with people who do their work fast, you don't have to do anything. So, like, when it comes to me being in classes that are honors classes, we generally get our work done fast. So when we have free time, that's when I have time to talk. Now, as far as those, last year I learned that you can't be intimidated by things, and that you definitely have to branch out and make new friends, because I took an algebra class last year. I was the only 8th grader in that class. Everyone else was older than me, and I felt like a total outsider. Like, the first day I walked in, I was like, am I supposed to be in this class? And she was like, yep, your seat's over here. And I was like, okay. So I had to make new friends and just realize that I'm in the class to learn, and I'm glad that I passed Algebra 1, and I'm going to Geometry.
Yes, that's good.
And this year, I hope to have other people in my grade in that class, but if not, it's okay.
It's a good thing that you talked about in the classroom. One thing I want to give a tip to the students that's watching, and the parents can tell their kids, ask questions. If you don't know it, raise your hand. When I was in high school, I knew somebody, my mom always told me, somebody in that classroom got the same question, exactly, but they just not going to say it. So I said, when I learned that, I was like, hey, I don't know this. Can you do this another way? Can you show me again? Your friends might be laughing, or your people everybody in the classroom might think you slow or something. They might be laughing, but I guarantee you, they right now in that same note. Yep. Even though they ain't say it, but they was thinking about it.
Even with people in the older class, like last year, I used to always ask questions. Everyone was silent, and I know sometimes they got tired of me asking questions, but I'm like, it's okay, because I know at the end of the day, we all need it. We all need it for the benefit, and it did actually help. And that was one of the comments my teacher gave me on the report card, always being interactive with the class and making sure that I'm speaking up and stuff, because I've learned, even just with being in color guard, because our school, they got to be better with recognizing the marching band, and the only way they're going to get better is if someone speaks up, and someone has not done that in a while. So I am glad I can be that voice for my color guard team and my band, because I think it's not that fair for you to recognize everybody else, and then when it comes to us, it's nothing.
And that's good. I'm so proud of you doing that. That's because you're showing good leader skills. And you're going live. I know your God will be so proud of you. You're going live. Yep. Awesome job.
And when it comes to just being in the classroom, I know there's a lot going on now with being afraid of just being in the classroom and not knowing what's going to happen some days. Because at the end of the day, we are living in a crazy time where people just are angry, and for some reason they're taking it out on children and just families. So you don't have to be fearful. Okay, sometimes things may happen, but you have to pray about certain situations, because I know sometimes the school may be doing like drills for lockdowns and stuff, and that may scare you, because it's like, why do we have to practice these? We shouldn't have to practice these anyway, because they shouldn't be happening. We shouldn't have to be worried every day if someone's going to come in and try to attack us. But sometimes it helps. If you know the school, that's another thing, because if anything ever happens and you know your surroundings and your areas where you can go, that's going to help. Get close to the faculty. If you need anything, they'll be there for you. I know every officer at that school. I know every faculty member for the most part. If they're new, I will know them this year. And everyone's always like, well, how come you always talking to the faculty members and you're a kiss-up? I'm not a kiss-up. I'm just close people, because I know at the end of the day, if I need something, I have people that are close to me.
Absolutely.
And I know even with other people, they've learned, they're like, if they ever need anything and they need to get to an administrator quick, they always, Kaylin, I need you. And I'm like, now you need me.
Right.
But it's okay. You have to get close with some of those people because at the end of the day, they will help you out.
Absolutely.
On some occasions.
You got to know your surroundings. You just can't walk in the building and not pay attention on what's going on. It's very important to know your surroundings, what's going on, where's my exit, where I need to go at all times. Those are good things, Kaylin. I really like that. You have to know your surroundings because you never know what might happen.
Yep.
Or, like you said, you want to know your administration. You want to know who exactly I need to talk to if I have a situation, a personal situation, if I need an emergency comes up. I need to know, and those good things that you need to know when you're on school campus. Know who to talk to.
Yeah, I know at my school we have different apps. Like you can go on the FSUS Anonymous page if you ever need to do anything about bullying, or if you just in general with someone in the world. They have Florida 4, I think it's Florida 4 or whatever it's called. But you can go in there and put anything that you think is like not right. If you see someone doing something, if you see something, say something. This year,
Right.
Don't allow people to bully people, even if you don't know them.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's good to speak up to them, especially if they're younger and they're doing that and you're older. You can speak up to them and be like, really?
Absolutely.
Like, I remember last year there was like this boy, this little black boy bullying a white boy, and I don't know why. He just kept messing with him. And the other one was being annoying to him. I get it, but like they started going back and forth, and I'm like, why are y'all messing with each other? Y'all, I thought y'all were friends because they were over there, and then they started fighting each other, and it's like, what's wrong? And they were like, he's bothering me. I'm like, okay, I get it, but you don't have to bully each other. There's no point in doing that.
Right.
Because our school talks about all the time about us being a family. In order to be a family, you have to be united.
Absolutely.
And you can't have all that fighting and arguing going on if you are a united family. That's at the end of the day. If you have a family in general, it may not be your biological family, but there's still a family you can go to. Like, that's why people say I have church family. I call my brother. They're not really my brother, but I call them my brother. It's just family and connect to get close with certain people that will help you.
Absolutely. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to go left when everybody is going right. You know, your friends, they might want to do something, but you say, no, I don't want to go that way. I want to do this. It's okay.
Yep.
Like I said, it's okay to be by yourself sometimes. It's all right. And when, like Kaylin said, when you see somebody that's bullying, you can stand up, take a stand.
And even if you don't want to be that person snitching or whatever, or just telling somebody, tell an adult.
Mm-hmm.
If you know someone that can handle it in a manner where they're not going to super freak out and just make everything a big deal, and then people start getting mad at you, talk to that person. Talk to the guidance counselors. Start reporting. If your school has an app to report that anonymously, do that so they can start looking out for certain things that happen to the school. And I know at my school, for those who are at lunch, and since there are a lot of things going on where you never know if an active shooter coming, don't sit with your headphones on. Because if you have your headphones on and you're listening to loud music, you're not going to be able to hear your surroundings and what's going on. That's why at my school, you cannot wear 2 headphones in your ear. The rule, you can only have 1 headphone in because they want you to be aware of your surroundings at all times. At our school, they keep our doors locked. Every door is locked.
Yep.
Everything is like that. You have to make sure that when you're at your school, you're aware of what's going on, but at the same time, you're not scared about everything. Be comfortable with your surroundings. Don't allow the lockdowns and the drills and all that stuff to make you fretful. Things are going to happen. That's just the reality of the world. You can't change what happens because it's life.
Absolutely.
Stuff is going to happen. So just be prepared for school. And last, the parents. When it comes to the parents, I know that I'm a child, so I can't say that. That's why I have an adult on with me. But I can tell that sometimes, even with students and your parents, I can tell with certain people that they may not be there all the way because their parents didn't teach them that. Whatever. Parents, we were at church today, and my auntie got up and was telling all the parents things today just about being in their child's lives and actually being there to learn certain things. If you are a parent and your child needs help, get them help. Don't just allow them to struggle.
Absolutely.
Because if they sit there and struggle the whole time, they're not going to know what's going on. They're going to be failing their classes, and they're going to think that they're doing something wrong. But it's not just them. They need help sometimes. Sometimes you have to be that person. They may not want tutoring, but they know it's going to benefit them at the end of the day.
Sacrifice. That's the key parent. Sometimes we just have to sacrifice. Make things better for your child. You're going to have to sacrifice. You have to get out of your norm and go and make things happen for your child or your children.
And and you have any advice to the parents?
Yes, I do have some little tips for the parents. I would like to share. I was looking on this website, Teacher Hub, and they had some little points for parents to get ready for the school year, or some of these things that we should have already been doing right now. Number one, get back into a sleeping routine. Making sure there's a routine for your kids to sleep. To make sure they're not staying up all night on Fortnite.
Okay, I don't even get the point of Fortnite.
Instagram. It's a popular game right now.
Yes.
It's a very popular game.
It's some shooting game. For those who play Fortnite, I hope y'all know. By the way, for those who play video games, some of those video games are influencing people right now.
Absolutely.
Those people are watching them Fortnite games and believing their whole reality is a game. So they're going around thinking they can go.
It's a spirit.
Exactly.
Come out. All right, number two, they have shop for school supplies together. Make sure you get involved, making sure you know what exactly your child needs. That means you should have been at the school or open house. You should have been there this past week.
Don't just go by yourself school shopping, because then they're going to look at you, but I didn't want this, Mom.
So take your child and get those things from the teacher. I'm pretty sure the teachers will be sending out stuff this whole week, what exactly your child needs. Number three, reestablish a school routine. Make sure I like this. If I have children, this is what I'll do. The prior week before school start, go ahead and act like we're in school already.
Yep.
Go ahead and get that routine started. We know at 8 o'clock we coming in the morning. Doing all these certain things. You know where you'll be at this time. Get those routines in place.
While you're saying that, with the whole routine, if your children, I have smelt too many people this entire summer. We gotta get hygiene together. I'm just saying, if your children are out of the habit just from the summer, start making them get back in the habit. Take you 2 showers, because for those who are growing up, hormones are everywhere. You're gonna start stinking more. You get active. You sweat easily. It's hot in Tallahassee. Take showers. Buy deodorant. Put the deodorant on. I don't care if you have to bathe in it. Put the deodorant on. Get girls perfume. Get boys cologne. Make sure they're smelling, and don't let them wear the same undergarments every day.
This is all about establish that routine for school.
Teach them how to wash clothes.
Absolutely.
Teach them how to do their hair. For the girls, do your own hair. Don't just do all these. And if you need help, seek for help, because then you start putting products in your hair, and if your hair start falling out, that means you did something wrong. Try to get those priorities set with hygiene. Make sure you're doing everything that you have to do. And brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth.
Because I'm sure your teachers, when you go into the classroom on Monday morning, they do not want to smell your funky breath. You have to brush your teeth.
Please brush your teeth. Those are good things to put in that school routine. Put it in there. Good job, Kaylin. We have, let's see. Then it says number 4, set up a homework station.
Yes.
I like that. Find a spot in your child's room or wherever they like to study. You see that area? Make it their area for them to do their homework. Don't allow them to take the cell phones with them. Don't allow them to get distracted. This is your homework station. I only want to see you doing your homework here. I only want to see you reading. I only want to see you studying right here in this area. This is your designated area for you to study.
And even I know I may not like this sometimes, but you have to turn your phone off. For the children, have that discipline for yourself. And if you don't have that now, just give your phone to your parent. If you already know you're going to get a notification on your phone, it's going to ding, go want to check it. Separate your phone, every electronic away from you. Turn the TV off.
Absolutely.
If you can focus with music, get a comfortable spot where you can focus, where you can study. And when you're studying, don't just sit there and read the lines, because then you're going to fall asleep. Make certain things that you can do to allow yourself to get back in the habit of working and doing things and making sure that you can study properly. Because you can study and still not pass a test because you didn't study correctly.
Absolutely.
Find methods to help you study. Even in that homework station, block off time after you do your homework to practice other stuff. Mm-hmm. Block off time to read.
Absolutely. Read. Please read, children.
Write. Do math problems.
Yes.
If you're struggling in a certain subject and you're trying to get that grade up, take the extra time instead of getting on your phone or going to watch TV, and take that time to do extra practice because it will help in the long run.
Yes. And number 5, it says, prepare for the unexpected. And number 6, make an after-school game plan. Number 5, that's great. You know, you never know what might happen while your child is at school. So make sure you have a plan B, a plan A, plan B, plan C, because we know that you have to be at work. Yep. Sometimes you can't take off, but you need to make sure you have people in place.
Get a village.
Yeah, get a village. Absolutely. A godmother, auntie, uncle, brother, best friend, or somebody. You should have some people in your circle, parents, that you can trust. After school, make an after-school game plan. Set things in order for your children when they get home. They just don't run to the TV. Make sure they
or to eat food.
Absolutely.
Because I know I get it sometimes. It's okay to get a snack, but some kids, they get home, they eat, and then they want to go to sleep.
Oh no!
Food makes them sleepy.
No.
If you know your child's like that, do not allow them to eat a full course meal and then go do their homework. Because chances are they say they're going to do their homework and they're asleep.
So get that game plan. You know, if they supposed to go over to the neighbor house, make sure they checking in when they get home with the neighbor or with you. Hey mom, I made it to the house. Hey, I'm finna get ready to start my homework or whatever. And after I do my homework, I'm gonna run my bath water. And after that, I'm gonna eat. Whatever. Make sure there's an after school game plan. I like that. Number 7. Now this is about time you should be home or before they get home. Yep. Before you get home, turn off the TV and the video games. Somewhere by the time they get home, they should be taking a book out and reading 30 minutes a day. You don't know how much that helps your child out if they will set time to read 30 minutes a day. And then what you need to do as a parent, after they read that 30 minutes, you need to go and question them. What did you read? Who was the main characters? What is the story about? What's the setting? Oh, he did that? Why did he do that? Start talking to them. And that'll help them when it's time for them to start taking those tests.
Yep. Especially when it comes to testing, because now testing is getting harder and harder. If your child is not studying and getting there and learning the material, they are most likely not going to pass higher than a 3. Mm-hmm. That's just statistics. If your child is not studying, the highest they can get is a 3 or a lower. If your child is really, really studying and trying to get there, support them. If your child is beginning to get in the habit of setting off that time to study, reward them. Don't take it lightly. Catch them. Like in my marching band, when we're doing stuff and correcting them, they tell us to catch them doing something right. Catch the team doing something right. Because it's easier for us to tell our kids and just tell each other something that we're doing wrong.
Absolutely.
Actually catch them doing something right. Give them a compliment. Make sure that they are doing stuff to actually better their future and allowing them to be able to just conquer this whole school year.
Absolutely. And our last 3 tips we have, it says review school materials and information, get organized, and get your child's yearly checkups. Yes. All right, let's talk about this reviewing school materials and information. Parents, it's very important to make sure that you are communicating and conversing with your teachers, knowing important dates, knowing when stuff it needs to be turned in.
Yes.
So it's a village. Once again, it's not all on the teacher's job. It's on your job when they get home.
Get your child a planner. Mm-hmm. Have them write down every assignment. If their teacher tells them they have to do something, tell them to write it down in their planner. Even if they don't have homework, tell them to write study. Because I know in middle school and high school, one day they're going to pop up with some quiz and you're not going to know about it. And if you didn't study, you're not going to do it.
Absolutely. So and when you'll know what's going on in the classroom as well. So If your child come home and say, I don't have any homework, then you can say, oh yes you do. You pull up that parent portal, and you can say, oh, well this assignment is due right here, and you don't have no homework. Oh, okay. Now the next one it talks about getting organized. Ooh. Make sure your child folder is organized. Make sure everything is organized.
Yes.
Clothes, what they're gonna wear for the week, what they're gonna eat. If they need to spend any money, get your child organized and yourself, because you the one gotta take them to school. So you need to make sure you organize in the morning as well.
As a child, I can elaborate to get organized. Organization is my life. I think I'm a crazy person because I organize my backpack like 2 or 3 times a week, but that's just because I don't like clutter. Get your child a 3-prong folder that has the holes in it so they can put their loose leaf papers in it. Because then if they have all these folders, if you have your child, it has a science folder, and you open it, it has math homework in there, that's not organized. Because then they're going to be looking, where's my homework? Where's my homework? You don't know where it is because it's not in the wrong folder. Make sure every night that they check it. I know at my school we have an advisory class. That's what they have us do. They have us do a backpack check, a binder check, and a grade check. If your child's school doesn't have that, you do that yourself. Make sure you check their backpack every week.
Absolutely.
Check their stuff, because I know sometimes they have food. They have all types of nastiness all up
stuff
in
your house. Check it.
That's how you get stuff. And then also when it comes to having a binder, get dividers. Don't just have your stuff cluttered around. Make sure if you can get a locker, you have different sections in your locker where you divide your things up. If your teacher gives you a place, they give you a notebook, use that notebook only for that class. Because when you start writing notes for the other teacher's class, 1, you lose room in the notebook. 2, then your notes are just all everywhere.
Everywhere. And then the last one is doing the yearly checkup. Make sure your child is going to the doctor, the dentist, everything, so you can be aware of what's going on with your child. Make sure they have some vitamins. Make sure they're eating correctly, because that'll keep them in school longer. Yeah. They won't have to be taken out of the classroom because they're sick and they're missing out on days. It's parents. I'm going to say this. Please keep your child in school. I don't care if it's a cough or whatever. Don't take them out for it.
Yes.
Make sure it's something serious.
Like the flu or something that a doctor...
One day they miss out a whole bunch of information.
Yes.
So don't just take them out because they holler that they're sick or whatever. If they're not really sick, don't let them stay home. Make them go to school. The parent.
Yeah, I'm sure every mother knows when their child is faking or not. So don't just try to be nice and be like, well, you can stay home. No.
You're doing a disservice when you allow your child to stay home for just a little. Make it still work.
Yep. And honestly, when it comes to school and just making sure that you are staying, what was the last point?
Do your yearly checkups.
When you're doing your checkups on your child, don't just pop into school and not pay attention. You just stay there and look at them for a second. Actually talk to your teachers. If you see that this child has a grade that is lower than a C and they're starting to see that the grades are going itty bitty, talk to their teachers. See what they're doing in class so they can help prevent them. When they get tests back, when you get grade at work, don't just let it sit in the child's backpack. You go over it with them and check it with them to make sure they correct their mistakes. Even if the teacher doesn't say, do your corrections on the assignment. Make sure they correct the work themselves so you know that they can actually do it. Because I know there's a lot of cheating that can go around. Because now people have phones. I've seen this way too much. And people are like, well, can you just take a picture of it? And I go, no. And people get mad at me all the time because they be like, well, you're no fun. I don't care. You're not going to copy my work. Because half the time, I don't know if I'm actually correct. And if you get it wrong and it's because of me, I don't want that on me.
Absolutely. And I like to say these, I got some little tips for my parents also. This is Terrance tips. All right. Number 1, I will say, make sure you check in. Meaning you need to be at the school. Get involved. Check in. Number 2, don't just accept what your child is telling you. You need to make sure you're going up to that school and you're talking to those teachers, figuring out everything that's going on. Go find the solution for the problem. Don't just allow your child to say, oh, this, da-da-da. No, you found out. Call the teacher. Make an appointment and everything. Don't wait till just when the grades will come out and then want to show out.
Yeah.
You have to be involved in your child's life. That is 1 and 2. I put them together. Be involved, and then you won't have to worry about those grades slipping. It's your job to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do at home and at school. Another thing, make sure your child is eating right.
Yes.
Make sure they get a breakfast in the morning. Don't just send them out the house and don't feed them.
Especially for those schools who have 2 blocks. Because I know this year I have second lunch and I've never had to wait that long to eat. So now I got to really take eating breakfast more seriously.
Yes, eat
and
breakfast.
Also, if you see that your school people don't offer lunch that is healthy for your child, because I know a lot of schools now have a la carte and all they eat is sweets. And then for those who take PE, you get out there, you don't feel good because you didn't eat anything properly. Take a water bottle with you to school.
Absolutely.
Make sure you're drinking water throughout the day. That's going to keep you hydrated. That's going to allow you to do something. And also for those who don't take PE right now, for the high schoolers, go outside, do something, because get some vitamin D. Because if your vitamin D starts dropping, that's not that good. And also it helps with your skin. It helps it glow. It helps it get another thing. And for those who are big with skincare, get yourself in the morning if you want to. Wake up. Make sure you are cleaning your face. That's not just for not certain people. Everyone, when you wake up in the morning, clean your face. Make sure you get off the dirt off, all the crud, everything off. Make sure you get everything, all the sleepiness away. And also, when you get a washcloth in the morning, you warm it up with hot water. You're also waking yourself up.
Absolutely. So make sure you're getting that breakfast. Put a snack in their bag. Making sure they eat. Making sure they have that snack. And also, just make sure that you're there for your kids. And make sure you just encourage it. Make sure, this is my last thing. This is the biggest thing I think that a parent should do, is have that daily devotion with your child before they go to school. Say a prayer. Give them a scripture. And have them meditate on that scripture till they get out your car. I remember going to school. My mom used to anoint me every morning.
Same.
Bathe me down in oil. Lord, I felt like I was some fried chicken or something.
My mom does the same thing. She puts stuff in my lunch box that sometimes I won't even know. I just go to lunch and I open my thing and I see his paper. I'm like, oh, that's nice, because that shows my mom is thinking about me. Parents do that because sometimes the children feel like you don't care about them. And say, I love you.
Say, I love you. And make sure you tell your child that you love them. Absolutely, because you don't want them falling for anybody out there. You don't want your daughters falling for little beady head JoJo.
Jerks.
And your boys falling for a little Sally, anything. Let them know that they're loved at home, and you build that structure right there at the house so they won't fall for anything.
But yeah, take all these key points in this whole video. The whole point of the video is just to give you the point. You can watch this throughout the year. You can watch it just any day you like to, but just take these points and really keep them. And last thing is, go into school with the happy mindset. I know I'm a freshman. Everyone's like, freshman, you're down there. I don't care. I'm going into school with confidence. I'm starting high school this year. I'm happy. Even if you're in middle school.
I'm important.
Know your value. Know your worth. Know everything. You can do anything through Christ that strengthens you. You can do everything. Nothing is impossible. Like I always say, in the word impossible, it says, I'm possible. Nothing's impossible.
Absolutely.
So take everything we've said and just use it. And I hope everyone has enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for coming on here with me.
I'm so proud of my baby, y'all. Right now, y'all take a moment and hit them hearts if you really enjoyed Kaylin, Miss Kaylin. Let me see them hearts pop up, because this girl is killing it. Like and go follow everything on her social media.
Please go follow the Kaylin's Caring Connection YouTube channel.
Yes.
Follow the Facebook page. Go look at the Kaylin's Caring Connection website. It is there. It is beautiful. I promise. Go look at it. It's finally finished. And I'm so happy we're going to get things moving soon. It's been really busy with me over the summer. But now that I have more of a stable schedule, we're going to get things rolling. And I hope every child has a marvelous Monday. And I will, like I do every year, say a quick prayer just for everyone. So, Father God, I pray right now that you allow everyone going back to school to have confidence and to allow themselves to pay attention in class. Don't let them fall for the wrong thing. Allow them to do everything that they have been called to do. Don't let them hang out with the wrong crowd. Allow them to know that you're in their life and that they can do anything. And for parents, support your children, oh God. Help the parents to stay strong for their children,
Yes.
and to be there for them and help them know that they are loved. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Have a marvelous Monday tomorrow and enjoy your school day. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Woo, 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 woo.